Hey, my Legion, how y'all doing today? First of all, I want to thank my buddy Todd Jumper for making me this awesome thumbnail using AI and stuff. Cause I had an idea on Tubi. They had a remake of Terror Train, the classic 1980 slasher film. I remember me and sadly a former friend were talking about it, and then I went over there. I looked, and they have Terror Train 2. They did a sequel to it. I guess the people who did the remake made the first and second movies back to back and released Terror Train 2 like 2 months after they released Terror Train, the remake of Terror Train. Well, I didn't know that part. But I wanted to see how it compares to the original Terror Train from 1980 with Jamie Lee Curtis. This is like her fourth foray into horror. That she did Halloween, then she did The Fog, then she did Prom Night, which I didn't like Prom, and then she did Terror Train. Now, when I watched the remake was, I mean, first of all, the same people did the remake did the second one, and with the remake, the train didn't look authentic at all when they're inside the train. It didn't look. It just looked like sets, small sets, and the train was an ominous character in the original one, but it wasn't in this one at all. With the remake, it seemed like they did like they captured like key moments out of the original one, including like certain stabbings and stuff. They could get the Groucho Marx mask, which is a big mistake. But other than that, they usually focus just on the clown mask for the most part. And whenever they tried to remake in the original one, they did like so lackluster, and like they didn't even try that hard. Or something they have like bad CGI. There's one part this guy's head fell on the floor, and you see like the blood come out. It looks so fake. It was like laughably bad. It was really horrible. Um, and I mean, it just they just tried to do. I mean, the ending was kind of different, but it just didn't hold up. It wasn't very good. It was boring. The original was so much better. The original did things. The train was authentic. You know, they showed what ominous, and then inside it felt like you were inside a train the way they filmed it. They had good actors in there that were decent performances. I mean, but they were supposed to be like kids. They say kids. They were in like their late 20s. You know, don't fool me. A lot of times these teenagers, they're not teenagers. Um, and the original had some real scares to it. And it had a real magician in David Copperfield, the magician in the remake, and the second one, the remake and sequel to the remake, was just an actor. But they had original David Copperfield doing the magic tricks in it though, and they said it was authentic magic. But I mean, when it's on film, it doesn't really work unless you're there in person, I guess. But the acting was there. The original one was so much better. The original, I mean, it had like some decent tension in it too. And it looked authentic. It really did. The original one I give it 8 out of 10. It's not perfect, but still pretty damn good. And I had a hell of a time finding it on VHS. And I always want to see it. I didn't find it till like I was in Germany, and that was like in '88 or '89. So it was a while before I finally saw the movie. And the remake was just lousy. I didn't care for the remake at all. It was like very unconvincing. I probably give the remake a 1 out of 10. It was really stupid. Now the sequel, Terror Train 2, Electric Boogaloo, was really really stupid, but it was entertaining. I liked it much better than their remake that they tried to do of Terror Train, and it revolved around this. Oh, what was it? They were gonna. I mean, like a year later, I guess they're trying to resolve it. They created this Terror Train experience again to celebrate the new year, and the same people, same train and stuff like that. They forgot about what happened. Hey, okay, I'm back. Uh no, the sequel. I mean, the sequel was incredibly stupid, but I thought it was more entertaining than the remake was. So I actually liked the sequel better, even though it's really stupid. Basically, I mean, first of all, they're med students, right? So I mean, it starts out she's going to operate. It turned out being her best friend covered in blood. So she freaks out, and she's staying with her that one girl that becomes her best friend. She says, "Hey, there's something. They're doing something with that train again, and they're going to do something. Usher New Year was like terror. They just called it terror train right there. So I can't believe they're doing this." And the lady was saying, "Well, you were told to face your fears." The thing I told you face your fears. Perfect opportunity for you. And a bunch of the original people that were in the first one were in this one, and they were like, I mean, they were like on social media trying to get followers, and it is the coolest treat ever. One that caused some mortuary Mary, and it was about cancel culture and stuff. And then whenever there was a real killer not killing people, everyone act like they're shocked. It's so stupid, right? And there was a part where this girl was after that. The main girl was an axe. She was going to kill her, and then the magician hit her in the face with a bomb. Oh, you broke my nose! I'm going to sue you. And she was just doing it just to do it, just to terrorize the girl, just for no reason, just to try to be famous on YouTube or something. And once again, they had horrible CGI with the bloodshed. They had stabbing with with blood. It looked so fake. Cause like in the first one, they had like this decapitated head, and it's like I'm thinking blood came. It looked like someone pulled like a little sheet of red right out of the neck, and it looked so fake. And a lot of times, CGI blood looks really fake or like CGI stabbing, it looks totally fake. They just keep it authentic. I mean, very seldomly does CGI blood work. I mean, like in movies like Wrong Turn, the original one, all of a sudden a guy gets an arrow in the eye. That worked perfectly because it was a scare too, and you didn't give it away. That worked perfectly, but a lot of times CGI blood does not work at all, or CGI splatter, you know. Or the scene that are convincing, like this one girl got hit with a gaffling hook, and she's like, it was just a little of like, boop, and all of a sudden you see her pulling her guts out. Like, nah, she didn't hit her that hard. A lot of it was very unbelievable. Just like in Remake, they half-assed a lot of the action in there. Just it wasn't authentic looking at all. But this one was entertaining, just how stupid it was, and everyone was a jerk in it though, for the most part. And like very upset. And then, well, a certain part that one girl asked one girl for an autograph. It was just dumb about Kim's culture, but it was very entertaining. I give that God, a mild 6 out of 10 just because how dumb it was. It was so bad it was good. And then that time because they were so stupid. So I hope you like this review of my reviews on the Terror Train movies. Until next time, everybody, please take care, my legion. Yeah, I thought I'd go a little bit more about the original. The original is a classic. It's really a slasher classic. I mean, 1980, the original Terror Train. Though I found out something really interesting on IMDb. I didn't know about that. I guess the guy who wrote the who was a who did the screenplay for the movie saw the movie Halloween on one night. Saw the movie Halloween and Silver Streak. And Silver Streak is that classic Richard Pryor, Gene Wilder one when they're on the train. And he said, "Well, what if they have like a killer on the train?" And then he wrote like a 22-page treatment of it. He called it Terrible Train. And then the next day after he called it Terror Train. And then I guess he sold the idea to the director, whoever made it, and by 3 o'clock that afternoon. So I mean, that was really quick. I think the original had a lot of style, a lot of class. I know Siskel and Ebert reviewed it, and they hated it, right? However, compared to these two, I think they'd say at least that was more competently made. That looked like a train. That looked like a train in the movie. And in the remake, it was a big sore thumb because it was just boring. But in the sequel, it didn't matter because it's so ridiculous, the whole story, but it was entertaining. I forgave it that. But in the remake, it was just bad. But I mean, definitely the original is way better. It's not a perfect movie, but pretty dang good. I give it an 8 out of 10, like I said. So once again, thank you, Todd, for awesome thumbnails. I hope you like this these reviews, everybody. Till next time, please take care, my legion.